Hello. How is everyone? Uh, I'm good. I can't see myself, but I can see you guys on the chat here. So I see East Africa Kingdom, Katie Nowak, Federico Dak. Hello. How is everyone? I'm being weird. Okay. So I actually didn't plan on like talking about anything today. Hello, hey, Alice Rose, a rowing fish. Oh my goodness, everyone's here. This is so nice. You know what I brought today? Because I decided, what did I want to do? I wanted to eat cake and talk about engineering. Does that sound fun? So I went to a bakery. Oh, let me show you what I got. Okay, it's easier if I turn it around. I don't want to spill. So I think every month I'm just going to go to a different bakery in Zurich and test out all of the amazing foods. So I got an eclair. Look at this. Wow. And whatever this is, it looks like it's cake stuffed with cream. Totally down for that. So I'm pretty excited about that. So many people on this small channel. Thanks, a rowing fish. I like to see so many people. And, you know, I don't think I'm so small. I have there's 10,000 of you guys now watching my videos, so that's really exciting. You're right, that is too much sugar, Ju Young Kim, but it is once a month. And you know what I always used to say? What I like to say is that, you know, it's really difficult to like study for so many hours. So as you probably saw, or maybe you didn't see from my engineering study tips video, is what I like to do is I like to have cookies all the time, because maybe it's not healthy for your body, but it's definitely healthy for your brain. So like for your mind, you know, to keep your mind at ease. So I think having all of the sugar once a month is fine if I was just having it once a month. Thanks, Katie. It does look amazing. Sugar is evil. Sugar is evil. I'm not going to deny that. So coffee or tea? So I actually just boiled some tea. Maybe you guys want to help me decide which one. I can show you all of the teas that I have. Also, I could show you my sick shirt that I got from the secondhand store. Okay. Okay, basically, I only have black tea. Indische Mischung schwarze Tee. That just means black tea in German. And red tea. You know what? I just decided by myself that I'm gonna have red tea. So, we got the red. Oh, actually, okay, fine. I feel bad. Do you guys have a preference of what tea I drink? I also, you know what? We can be super fancy, because I actually do have fancy teas. I have something called Cerise Kyoto Bio Tea. So, you know what? Let's have this Cerise Kyoto tea. Are you guys bored already? I hope not. XJGT, when will you receive your master's? Is master's graduation after undergrad? I mean, yes, I will be getting my master's, and it will be after my undergrad. I don't understand the question. Will you receive your master's? Is master graduation after undergrad? Master's graduation is definitely after undergrad. If I didn't understand the question, then please clarify it for me. Okay, I have this cerise tea, and I'm putting it inside my little puppy tea infuser. How cute is that? A rowing fish. Why do you keep saying I have an accent? I don't have an accent. Also, someone the other day thought I had a British accent. I was like, what planet are you on? I definitely don't have a British accent. If anything, I'm closer to a Canadian accent, eh? Cesar. Oh, thank you. Cesar, I don't know if you guys can see the chat, but he said, my blonde hair looks awesome. I'm so happy. Palak. Any advice for new engineering students? You know, my advice, if you're in your first year of engineering, I would say don't stress it. It's way, it's super stressful when you first get in. I remember when I was first starting my undergrad and I was, in my first year, and I felt like I was going to fail every single class. And I was so terrified, and you don't look at it as, sorry. It's important not to look at your classes as, oh, I have this entire degree ahead of me. How am I going to deal with it? It's important to look at it as, I have this assignment due tomorrow. I need to get it done. Like, just take it in small bits at a time, and then before you know it, it's over. So my suggestion is, no, don't freak out by first year. First year, they try to weed out all of the people right away. So they do make it more difficult, and it is less fun because it's all of the boring stuff that all of the engineers have to take. But as you go on throughout your undergrad, you will specialize in more specific topics related to your domain, and it gets more fun because you start to learn like, oh, I really like thermodynamics and fluids, or oh, I really like robotics. So it gets a lot more fun. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's so cute, and it's making my tea different colors. Okay, so let's go back to the chat. So that was my advice for new engineering students. Someone asked me if I smoke. No. It's actually kind of funny because here in Switzerland, I don't think they ever had like a huge anti-smoking campaign like in Canada. But in Canada, pretty much nobody smokes. And it's because we kind of grew up with these ads on TV showing us how disgusting smoking is. So it's a really big shock for me to see how many people smoke in Europe. Anyway, yeah. I mean, I actually think it's so unattractive to smoke. And apparently people in Europe think it's cool. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we had this huge, like I said, this huge anti-smoking campaign in Canada. So it's like ingrained into our bodies. Someone asked me if I am from Africa. No, I am from Canada. Katie asked me, why did you decide to go into mechanical engineering as opposed to other types of engineering? So it was more like, I was in the end of high school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I mean, no one really knows. And I was like, I like physics and I like math. But the main thing that I did was I went the opposite direction. I went, what do I not like? I do not like chemistry. I hate chemistry, actually. I do not like biology. I didn't really consider computer engineering. If I were to do it now, I would have probably selected either software, computer science, or mechanical engineering. What else is there? Civil engineering, I kind of decided I was going to try mechanical instead of civil just to give it a chance. And electrical systems always freaked me out. I'm really not comfortable with mechatronics. I'm not comfortable with anything that people learn in electrical engineering. Even though you could say like the Maxwell equations are like the Navier-Stokes equations, but just applied to a different part of physics. So maybe I wouldn't be so bad now with electrical engineering. But yeah, it was basically just like crossing other engineering off the list. And then I applied for 3 different types. I applied for mechanical, chemical, and civil. And mechanical was my first choice, and I got into it, and then that's that. So Matthias, are you starting your PhD in the same lab you did your master's? And how is the usual PhD timeline required in ETH? I will be doing my PhD in the same lab that I did my master's. Sorry, I'm burping. PhD timeline. So in Europe, like in France, PhDs are only funded for 3 years. So you could do it for longer, but you will get no money. PhD at ETH is typically 4 years. And I think the professor expects the first year to be a learning curve. So, oh, and you also need to publish at least 3 papers. If you don't publish 3 papers, you don't get a PhD. Someone asked, I meant timing, like in the UK undergrad graduation is around June. I was just wondering if master's graduation August or September. Okay, so someone was asking me what time in the year is graduation for a master's degree. Honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know when my graduation is. I think it's in June of next year because I'm doing my internship right now. So yeah, I actually don't even know when my graduation is because I technically haven't graduated yet. Do you watch any TV series? Yes, I sort of go through phases of TV series. Like, right now I'm going through a Riverdale phase. And in the past, like, I go through phases until I catch up to the season because I hate waiting for shows to come out. So I don't like to watch the same thing every week. So I'll like start a new series and I'll catch up all the way up to the present moment. And then I'll forget about that series until the new season comes out. You know what I mean? So I caught up to like Scandal and I caught up to How to Get Away with Murder. So now I'm not like, I don't want to wait around for the next episode. So I just completely cut it off probably until like, yeah, a year. And right now I'm obsessed with Riverdale. I don't know why. I think it's because I used to read Archie's comics as a kid. Okay. Am I on ResearchGate? You know what? I don't even know. I don't think so. I actually am a published author. My first journal article will be coming out very soon. I am second author on the paper, not first author, but it has to do with my my master's thesis project. And hopefully I have a second one coming out after that. I will keep you updated if you guys even care about something like that. Yeah, I don't know. What do you do when you have to study a lot, but your mind, thoughts keep wandering around and you have difficulties focusing? Sugar. But seriously, if I can't concentrate for a long time, what I end up doing is I stop because I'm like, okay, like stop, focus. And what I do is I like get up, like take a quick break, like watch a YouTube video or something. Like it really comes down to discipline. Like it takes a lot of time and energy to discipline yourself like this, but it comes down to discipline, taking short breaks. I'm just watching myself in the viewfinder and I just watched me hit myself. I'm so sorry you had to witness that. No, it has to do with discipline, taking short breaks, so a 2-minute break every half hour. So usually I do a Facebook or Instagram break every half hour. And then I'm always munching on like cookies to keep me happy, you know, like fake happy. Yeah, so that's what I do when I can't focus. And also I set longer term things to look forward to. So like every Friday you can go out and have a beer with your friends and watch the hockey game if you finish everything on your list. Daisy Campos, I'm trying to get better with trash, but I was wondering if you have any alternatives to chapstick because, girl, I hate dry lips. So I'm actually trying to figure out the same thing right now, but what you could do is you could go to like, do you have a zero waste store near you? Like in Zurich, we have a bulk shop or like a zero waste place, and they have little aluminum tins of chapstick and like solid perfume. I think Lush has it too, but that's what I would suggest for because you can reuse those, you know what I mean? Or also, you can find lip moisturizers at those bulk shops too, at those zero waste stores, if you bring your own container and fill it up. But in terms of making homemade products, I'm also looking into that stuff, but I haven't started making any homemade products yet because I still have so many of my like plastic wrapped products, and I want to finish using those before I start making my own. But look for a bulk shop near you or a zero waste shop near you that usually they have alternatives for that. So, how do you decide whether you like some topic and work on it? Because you might like something now and might not like it later. Honestly, you don't know. You only know when you try. For example, I really like my topic right now, thermoacoustic instabilities. What I discovered is that I really like I did my master's thesis, loved it. Doing an internship now in literally the exact same topic, hate it. It's so boring. So even if you choose a specific engineering, or even if you choose a specific science, or if you choose a specific topic, it might also just come down to the group and the environment. What I'm deciding is that I don't think I like industry that much. I think I want to stay in academia. Obviously, I'm not sure yet, but honestly, I just think it takes trial and error. And just don't stress it too much because you have your entire life to figure out what you want to do. You can like do nothing for the next 10 years and still be able to pick up where you started in 10 years and, you know, do engineering from there. So don't stress it. Just like try slowly to figure out what you like. Be mindful and do things like don't think about what other people say you should do, but be mindful of how you're feeling and try to be self-aware and try to figure out like that what you should do. Okay, someone asked in all caps, what is the difference between industrial engineering and mechanical engineering in your country? So in ETH, so the Swiss Technical Institute, industrial engineering and mechanical engineering are under the same umbrella, and industrial engineering is basically you can just pick and choose a lot more courses from a lot of the different departments. So you can pick a lot of the mechanical classes, and you can also pick a lot of the chemical engineering classes. So I think it's just one of those engineerings that cross over into a lot of different engineerings. You know what I mean? Like it's not its own domain. It's a sort of like encompasses a lot of different engineering. So I would say if you don't really know what you want to do, industrial engineering is a good like a good place to start. How many years did it take me to receive my bachelor's of science? Well, actually, I have a bachelor's in engineering, which doesn't mean anything. It's the same thing. 5 years because I went to school in Quebec. Quebec is the French part of Canada. And in Quebec, you have to do grade 13. So coming from Ontario, which is another province in Canada, so coming from Ontario, we only had grade 12. So when I moved to Quebec, we had to do grade 13 at the university, and like it was 4 years altogether, plus the grade 13, it was 5 years. Most bachelors of engineering are 4 years in Canada. Okay, I'm taking a little pause break to take a bite of my eclair because it looks so amazing. Oh my god. It's so good. Oh my goodness. I'm such a pig. Guys, it's so good. This is my new favorite thing. We're gonna do so many live streams from now on. As long as I get to eat sugary foods. I'm so down. Okay. What do I think about mechatronics? I hate it. Est-ce que tu parles français? Bien sûr, j'avais appris le français en Ontario. So, I have a bit of a Quebec, not really Quebecois, but not hard French either. How do I feel when there are lots of things needed to be done? Very stressed. But I like to think about, life goes on. So just do as much as you can, because there's no point of stressing about things in the future. The only thing you can do is like get things done. You know what I mean? Everything else is out of your control. So it doesn't help to worry. And that's the way I handle stressful situations. Devashish. Well, my brother is in Vancouver and he was like, there's a specific day when we all smoke. I don't know that day. But my sister just moved to Vancouver. So maybe your brother and my sister can be friends. Okay. What do I think about Masters at ETH, Energy Science and Technology? I have a lot of friends that do the Energy Science and Technology Masters. And they all like it. So, I think, yeah, if they like it, and if you want to do it, then you should do it. You said you hate chemistry, but applied for chemical engineering. Yeah, I know. I was desperate. I was like, if I don't get into mechanical, I still want to get accepted to the university, and then I'll switch later. So that's how I dealt with that. What was your high school engineering program like? Did you have one? No, we had no high school engineering program. We had physics, chemistry, calculus. Calculus teachers were great. Chemistry, I hated him. I hate him so much. I hate my chemistry teacher, high school teacher. Maybe that's why I don't like chemistry. And advice for a senior student in mechanical engineering. Why do you need advice? You're pretty much done. No? You've almost made it. Just enjoy. I would say just enjoy. Don't stress. Enjoy your last year. Matthias is doing his master's in Singapore and will be working for Future Cities Lab at ETH near the future. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, Matthias, maybe we can hang out when you get here. That would be fun. Studying statistics right now. Any advice? Loser. I'm just kidding, Mohammed. I'm sorry. You should get back to studying and get off of the live stream. That is my suggestion for you. Who is my favorite YouTuber? Okay, should I list them? I go through YouTube rabbit holes. Like, I used to, where I get obsessed with one topic and I just watch videos from that topic. So right now I'm really into Beauty Guru decluttering videos, seeing them throw out all of the makeup. I don't know, it just soothes me. Before I was really into, what was it called? Dance moms, reality TV, terrible clips from reality. Oh, Gypsy Wedding, my Gypsy Wedding, that's so creepy. What other YouTube rabbit holes have I gone down? Oh, terrible American Idol and X Factor auditions. I love those. But my favorite YouTubers are probably Jenna Marbles. Love Jenna Marbles. I love PewDiePie. He's hilarious. I think that's it. Those are pretty much, I don't have a lot of time to just watch YouTube, so those are my favorite YouTubers. Da, 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 da. Daisy, you live in LA and haven't found a zero waste store yet, but I have a Lush lip tint that totally waste free and I love it. Oh my goodness, I want a Lush lip tint. I mean, I want a lip tint. Okay, Lush has those. Okay, that's good. How does LA not have a zero waste store? That is something that I do not understand. How is that even possible? Okay. Can you give tips or advice for making PowerPoint presentations? Yes. So this is actually a quick tip for all of you. When you're doing a project or a thesis or anything, throughout, as you progress, just keep all of your data in a PowerPoint presentation. Like first you start with a literature review. Okay, you put really interesting figures and like findings that you've gotten from your literature review. You have like 20 slides of that. And you just keep adding to this presentation. So you get your first results, those go into your presentation. You get your second results, those go into your presentation, and you just type, like, it's just a visual way for you to keep track of a timeline of your project. Then at the end, your technical presentation, you'll be able to pick the most important aspects that are still relevant, take those slides and slip them into a presentation. So that is how I do all of my technical presentations. Okay, Rawan says, why do you think girls are discouraged from engineering in developing countries? I don't know. I think it's just like the way the laws are made in certain countries. For example, in Switzerland, not only engineering, but all professions. Women are discouraged from studying all professions here. And I know what you're thinking, like, how are they discouraged? Like, no one's outrightly telling them that they shouldn't study this. But I mean in terms of lawmaking. Like, here, it's actually really difficult for you to have a child and to work because daycares are super expensive here. They're unaffordable. So but then you think, okay, well then just send the kid to school. Schools here don't start till the kid is 7. So for the first 7 years of the child's life, someone needs to be taking care of them because you can't just leave them at home. It's not a cat. And then once they do start school, they are only in school for 3 full days and then 2 half days. And then every day at lunch, they have a 2-hour break and they go home to eat. So that just goes to show that in Switzerland, like, they don't really have this idea that, like, the laws are just made in a way that it makes it difficult for 2 people to be working at the same time. And for this reason, I think, like, mothers are generally not working. And I just think if you grow up in that environment where you never see women working, that is why more women don't work in Switzerland, because they just grow up seeing women not working. Why do they grow up seeing women not working? Because it's pretty much impossible for mothers to work. So that's, I don't know about other countries, but at least that's in Switzerland. That's, I think, a lot why. What do you think is the next big engineering field? I think it's just going to be like a lot of software and computer engineering, like a lot of natural language processing, of augmented reality, of autonomous robots, and like just replacing like boring jobs. I think that's going to be the next big thing in engineering. And also, I think it would be really cool if engineers figured out a way to solve the plastic problem. Like when, you go to like anywhere and they give you a container. And I would like to see some sort of like a like biodegradable container, and for like lawmakers and policymakers to make it illegal to give single-use plastic, because companies aren't going to go out and start buying like more expensive products that are reusable or that are like biodegradable unless policymakers make it a priority. So I think it would be really, really cool if engineers could solve that problem. Lucas V, you said you're good at saving money. Could you give me some pro tips on saving money during college? Literally, I don't spend money on anything. So I know what you're thinking, like, oh, come on, but you probably spend money. No, I don't spend money on anything. Like, I don't buy clothes. This is the first shirt I got on Saturday in the last year. And I got it at a secondhand store. Not because, like, I don't have money, but because, like, I would rather save money for going kayaking, for going to France or whatever, and for eating food at those places. I also cook all of my meals and I don't buy meat because meat is super expensive in Switzerland. So I think that is how you don't have to cut out meat, but maybe if you just reduce the amount of meat, don't eat out all the time, cook all of your meals, and don't buy like little things that you don't need. Like you don't need another pair of sunglasses or like all of this random stuff that you think you need. Also, I don't have things like Netflix or any subscriptions to anything. So I feel like as long as I don't get it, then I won't want it. You know what I mean? Is it hard getting new friends in university? Steffi asks. You know, actually, in what's it called? Like in your bachelor's, I don't think it's hard because everyone is new and everyone wants to make friends. In the master's, it was more difficult because there were less new students. The new students were all international, so all of my friends that I made were international students, no Swiss students because, like I said, they're already there. They've already made their friends. So I think for bachelors, it's not as difficult. For masters, if you're going to a university, like a new university where people already have friends, then it might be more difficult. Dun, 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 dun. Have you ever compared yourself with others and felt stupid? How can you get out of this situation? I always feel stupid. I learned not to compare. Like, I remember people would always be like, oh, what did you get? What did you get? Like, what did you get on this exam? I got this. What did you get? I never played that game. Never, ever, 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 ever have I played that game in my life. Listen to me. If someone asks you for your grade, just say you did well or you didn't do as well as you thought you would. I never told anyone my grades. It's no one else's business. And in the end, it does not help you to discuss your grades with people and to compare yourself to other people. It's only gonna be something else that you don't need to worry about. You're not competing against other people. You're all going to trying to achieve the exact same goal, which is graduating. So there's no point of comparing yourself to other people because you're not competing against other people. You're just trying to get to the same goal. So just don't even share your grades. That would be my suggestion. Manuel said, why I won't graduate S or M cum laude. Does anyone know what that means? Manuel, what do you mean? By the way, I've completed my undergrad a few months back and deciding what to do with my master's, hence I asked the above question of how you decide. Okay. Well, I hope I was helpful. Any advice on studying engineering on your own before entering the career? What do you mean entering the career, Federico? Like completely, like not, you mean like self-studying engineering before getting an engineering job? That would be interesting. I would have definitely liked to learn engineering by myself and not pay for university. Or do you mean before entering school? Prince, Montana. Is computer engineering a good major? Yes, it is. It is a very good major. Computer engineering pretty much needed in every single engineering, so I would say it's a good major. Dun, 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 dun. Rawan, why do you hate mechatronics? I just really don't enjoy like dynamics and electrical like systems. So I am a lot more comfortable with fluid dynamics, combustion, and thermodynamics and heat transfer. So that's why. It's not, I don't know if I hate it. I guess I never gave it a chance. So, is hating a subject a compelling enough reason to quit the whole department? No, it is not. Like I said, I don't like dynamics. What are the other classes I didn't like? I didn't like dynamics. I didn't like civics, or not civics, sorry. It was some sort of like, it was what is that called? Solid mech. you know, solid mechanics, and deformable mechanics. Did not like deformable mechanics. Like, I have so many classes I didn't like. I didn't like, yeah, I didn't like any electrical courses, but I did like fluids and I did like heat transfer and I did like combustion. So it is definitely not a good enough reason to quit an entire department. Okay, Shubhab said, please provide some information on numerical simulations of sequential burner. I don't know how to answer that question. Like, that's a very, very broad question when you say provide some information on numerical simulation of sequential burner. Like, I did my day in the life video where I talked about that a lot. So, I think you should go watch that video. And then if you have any specific questions, I can answer them. Hugo asked, what BME, I think that's Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering, branch do you like the most and why? I like combustion because I like the idea of working with explosives. I think it's really cool. And then I started doing it, and then it was. So I like that. Fritisse, hello from France. Bonjour. I start my first year of mechanical engineering bachelor in 1 month. Tell us about your first year. My first year was very difficult. I thought I was going to fail. I cried a lot. I thought I was not cut out to be an engineer. I was like, wow, I'm so dumb. I'm going to fail all of these classes. I don't understand anything. Like, I'm going to have to quit. I'm going to have to become a bartender or a full-time kayaker, which sucked because I was not good enough kayaker at the time. And then after I got my grades back for my first semester, I did really well. And I was like, how? I'm dumb. But turns out I wasn't. So I think you just need to give yourself the chance and don't look at it all as like one big challenge. Look at it in bits and pieces. You have this assignment to do that assignment. You have this midterm to study for that midterm. Take it in bits and pieces. Matthias, are you planning on doing some PhD vlogs like Simon Clark? Yes, I am. I actually watched some of his videos and I was like, that is so cool because I actually want to keep on vlogging when I start my PhD. So I'm definitely going to be vlogging about my PhD life. So good, guys. This is so good. Guys, I'm in love. I'm in love. I hope this is useful for you. I mean, not watching me eat cake, but, you know, answering your questions. I hope it's useful. Okay. Katie. I'm not sure exactly how the college application process works in Canada. What did you write about for your college essay if you had one? LOL. No. My university, I went to McGill in Montreal, and they only said, put in your grades. Like, that's all. They didn't ask. I had so many extracurriculars from high school, you wouldn't even believe it. Nothing. They wanted nothing. They just said, put in your grade, and that's how they made their decision. So that was a little stressful, but yeah. Sorry, I can't be more help. But Katie, the college application process in Canada, in Ontario, it's difficult. I applied as an Ontarian to Ontario universities and then to McGill. I'm pretty sure the application process is completely different for international students. So you'll just go on the websites and you'll find everything there. Dun 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 dun. Owen, how did you pick your branch of engineering when applying to college uni? Well, okay, so I just talked about this earlier in the video, but basically what I said was that I crossed off all of the engineerings that didn't interest me. So that was like civil, chemical, all of these other ones, electrical, biomedical, and all I was left with was engineering or mechanical, and I was like, okay, so that's what I did. Ismail, what minimum CGPA is required for admission in the Master's in Electrical Engineering at ETH? No idea. Sorry for the capital letters. I'm wondering about the usual fee per hour as engineers in your country. No idea. I don't get paid very well as an intern. Antonis, hi Jessica, I really admire your content. I'm a third year aerospace student at Swansea. Oh, that's cool. Do you do anything related to wind tunnels? I personally do not do any wind tunnels. I don't do external flows. I do internal flows. So wind tunnels are usually used for external flows, either on cars or airplane wings, and I do internal flows, which is inside of engines and stuff like that. So I don't do anything related to wind tunnels. Sorry. Rowan, how can an engineer pursue entrepreneurship? I think you can do many things in life. I definitely want to have some sort of entrepreneurial ventures in my life once I start making money and I can invest. I think the first thing to do would be to take some classes. So I took one entrepreneurship class at my university here as an elective, and I loved it. And now I listen to so many business podcasts and read so many business books. So I would suggest that if you want to start somewhere, start by educating yourself. Anik, is social media life distracting you? No, I don't use social media as a distraction. I simply use it to communicate with you guys. I do not scroll through Facebook. I do not scroll through Instagram. I just try to use it as a way to communicate with you guys. So I would say in the sense it's not distracting. No. Was studying in Germany never an option for you? Honestly, I only applied to one university in Europe because I didn't want to study in. Why? Just because I heard about this university and I just figured I would try to apply, but I really didn't think I would get in. So Germany was never on my radar, but there are amazing universities in Germany. Do you like fluid mechanics? Yes, ultimate guide. I love me some fluid mechanics. Rowan, what do you think about nanotech? Nanotech is a promising field, I think. I don't know much about nanotech, sorry. Katie, I hope I was actually helpful. I don't know if I was. I'm sorry, I just had to send you to the website because I actually don't know. But I think as an international student, the application process is completely different. Rowan, would you recommend nanotechnology as a bachelor's? Honestly, just if it interests you, I would say go for it. And if you don't like it, switch into something similar or into like a different field. But if it interests you, I would say go for it. What should I pursue after my bachelor's in mechanical to work in quantum physics? Wait, what? What should I pursue after my bachelor's in mechanical to work in quantum physics? Well, quantum physics is like advanced thermo / like pretty much anything to do with probability. So I don't want to start using these terms because I feel like you guys aren't going to understand anything. But if you've ever heard of probability density functions, you use them to solve turbulent flows. It's a different method of solving turbulent flow equations. So that involves a lot of quantum or like statistical methods. Quantum physics is basically just stats. So anything like look into that. I would just say, yeah, if you want to work in quantum and you have a mechanical background, then you want to also work in turbulent flows or thermodynamics, something like that. So, what was my favorite class in undergrad? Oh, very good question. Let me think about this. So I really liked, it was my advanced thermal class. I loved my advanced thermodynamics class because I got to learn so much about quantum and about the quantum mechanics definition of entropy, which you can see in my balayage entropy video that I posted. So that was my favorite class. It was all about entropy and the statistical thermodynamic definition of entropy. Mango, what is environmental and biological engineering exactly, if you know a little about it? Environmental engineering, biological engineering, I don't really know what that is. Environmental engineering is basically like doing entire life cycle assessments on environmental problems. So like I did an interview with an environmental scientist on my channel, so you can check that out. We go through the different streams in environmental science, which is also like environmental engineering. Basically, you can look at like oceans or like waste disposal. Basically, you take like as an environmental engineer, you would do like life cycle assessments of impacts of different, like on the environment from different projects. Severin, what do you think of biotechnology, bioengineering? I think if you're into working on the technology side of medicine, so like MRI machines and stuff like that, then biotech is something that's really cool. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my goodness, guys, there's so many questions. I'm not going to be able to get through them all. You're so cool for answering everyone's question. Usually other YouTubers act like butt wipes and only answer to other YouTubers when they're alive. Thanks for all your feedback. Aw, thanks, Prince. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get through all of the questions, but we'll see. I only have 9 minutes left, guys, so any tips for finite element analysis students? Nope. Sorry. That was a course I hated. I don't have any suggestions. I'm sorry. You know my friend Zara from all of my videos that wears the sunglasses? She's texting me right now and it's popping up on my computer and it won't go away. Girl! Okay. Miriam, making myself a cake to join you. Yes, please send me a photo. I want to see, what kind of a cake are you making? You are also hopefully studying computer engineering bachelor's in September. That is freaking awesome. I'm so excited. Where will you be studying? Hey, I'm from India. I'll be doing my bachelor's in MEC. I want to study abroad. Can you tell me which country provides the most affordable education? Definitely not North America. If you need affordable education, North America is not the place to go. Europe, it has very affordable education. I'm not sure about Asia. You can look into that, but Europe is definitely more affordable than North America. I just started my internship. Your videos on internship really helped me survive my first days. Thank you. Aw, of course. Okay, guys, I need to take a bite of this cake because that's the whole reason I brought it here. So if I don't take a bite, then what would have been the point of me buying this cake? Do you see it? Here. Blah. I'm pretty excited. Okay. So, gonna get my fork. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I'm so excited for our live streams from now on. If I always get to eat cake, I will always be so excited for live streams. How about you guys? Also, can you let me know, do you like that I'm eating cake? Or are you like, can you just stop, Jess, and answer my questions? Let me know how you feel about this. Okay. Sebastian, did you consider studying physics, and if so, why didn't you? I did consider studying physics. I wanted a more practical approach. I'm sure physics, you can also get a practical job in physics, but I really, really, really wanted to work in something applied. Because when I was in high school, I didn't like the idea of working in something theoretical. And that's the reason why I chose engineering instead of physics. But I'm sure you can still find physics jobs that are practical. But for me, at the time, when I was making the decision, I didn't realize that. So I just chose the thing that seemed the most practical to me. Okay, East Africa Kingdom, I don't understand your question. Any field to be admitted with lower GPA with similar courses to Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. I need you to clarify that. Any recommendations for LaTeX editors? Yes. Overleaf. I use Overleaf. It's an online platform. I just load one of their pre-made templates and then I edit it from there. Overleaf is great. J&J, any tips for freshman engineers? Yeah, I mean, I already gave this tip twice, but basically, just take it one assignment at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't freak out. Don't try to look at your entire future ahead of you. Just focus on the next assignment, the next project, the next midterm, and the next exam. And don't worry, everything else will work itself out. That's my suggestion. Hello from Germany. Okay. Hey, I'm an incoming Erasmus student for computer science, computational mechanics and numerical methods. Oh, that's cool. What should I be prepared for before starting the course? Honestly, I didn't prepare at all for my master's program. I learned everything like here. Just enjoy your summer. If you don't know any MATLAB, then maybe I would suggest learning some MATLAB. But other than that, I would say you're going to learn everything in school. Ankit, can you give some interview tips? Any motivational? Yeah. So, honestly, even if you're in engineering, companies first want to know that you can work with people. They're not going to hire someone that's a dick. They're not going to hire someone that's not going to be easy to work with. They firstly want all of their employees to get along, because when you have a community, people will be able to work. Okay? So they really want to know that you're going to be like a super flexible person. You're easily you can easily adapt to change. You're a quick learner and you can work with people. So try to show off that you are not going to be a problem for them. Like, they don't want to hire someone that's going to cause them problems. So work on the behavioral aspect of your interview to show them that you're that you work like well in teams and stuff like that. So, what do you think about industrial engineering? Right now I'm in second semester Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering. I'm kind of lucky about lack of economics courses. So I don't know if you're going to get more economics courses in industrial engineering. Will you? I never heard of that. Honestly, I think switching between, if this program you're talking about, this industrial engineering program, has more economics courses and that's what you want, then I would say go for it. Because in the end, like here, industrial engineering and mechanical engineering cross over a lot. So you're not going to be missing a lot from switching. Okay, I have 2 minutes left, so I'm trying to see if there's any questions that I haven't answered yet. Oh, Miriam, you just made, oh, a mug cake. Oh, nice. Vivek studying side by side and watching the live stream. Do you recommend going for a PhD in Scandinavian countries like Norway? If you like 6 months of sun and then 6 months of winter, then I would definitely recommend you go to Norway. um, I think there are some good, like KTH in Sweden is a good university. I don't think the like country only matters depending on where you want to live, and then secondly, what project you want to do. So first I would decide, is there an interesting PhD project at this university? Second, I would decide, do I want to live in this country? So that's how I would suggest you make that choice. My high school grades are not good, but my bachelor's GPA is good. Can I get into an Ivy League college for master's? Yeah, I don't think they even look at your high school grades. I'm pretty sure they just look at like your GREs and your what's it called? Your bachelor's courses. Do I think that your performance on exams is affected if you have 4 exams in 4 days? Absolutely. That's a lot of exams. That sounds super tiring. Just don't be too hard on yourself. That really is a lot of work. So, I mean, maybe you're like, prepare many days in advance, like a month in advance for those 4 exams, because it's going to be hell. And it will affect your performance, but also go easy on yourself. Now Fowl said, hey, I just completed my bachelor's in mechanical. I have a fairly good GPA. Still feel like I really don't know anything. Is it because of lack of focus? Honestly, I still feel like sometimes I don't know anything. But once you're in a certain situation where you need that knowledge that you learned, your brain is so powerful, it will pull that knowledge that you learn. Like, yeah, of course, you're not sitting there going, oh yeah, I remember that one problem we solved in second year on our third midterm. Yeah, that was a doozy. And I remember how I used this equation, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're not going to remember all of that stuff. But when it comes down to it, when you're at a job or whatever, and someone asks you a question, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember I did something like this in my solid mechs course. And then you're going to go into your solid mechs notes. And you're going to be like, oh yeah, this is this principle. And then you're going to Wikipedia it, and then you're going to be able to apply it to the problem at your job. The key is just, like, the whole point of engineering isn't that you have all of the knowledge. It's that you have the ability to figure problems out. So that's why. That's why you don't feel like you know everything, but you know how to know everything. Does that make sense? Like, you'll be able to figure everything out. I wish Kaiser Alex good luck for your first year. Mango doing math right now while watching this. Okay, well, it's almost over. It's 9:02. Ahmed, what are my favorite YouTubers? PewDiePie and Jenna Marbles. Okay, guys. I have to go, unfortunately. This was super fun. We will do this again next month. I have a video coming out this weekend, and I hope you like it. Little teaser, it might be about why your leg will explode if you dump liquid oxygen on it. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. Come to Zurich, let's hang out. Okay, thanks so much, guys.